Yeah.
They've had a bit of a Nigerian community there. Is that from that
Yeah,
time,
I
or is
got
it
some good
new?
brethren. Yeah, I got some good brethren, bro. Good brethren that live out here and stuff,
And
and
did you find
they're
them there
doing.
17 years ago, or have they like moved on recently in the recent
No,
times?
no, 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 definitely not. When I came over here, it was strangely enough more Canadians, then Americans, then like a mix of Europeans, and then South Africans and stuff. But now I believe it's like Canadians, then South Africans on the consensus of population of
You guys took
expats
over.
out here, Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think there's more South Africans and Canadians now. But we still teach American English, I
Ah,
still have
okay.
yeah, the way I spell color or beautiful, without
Yeah,
the
no,
U,
you,
and
yeah,
like, yeah, I had to learn that, bro. Like because I was taught the Cambridge English TEFL or CELTA
yeah,
course,
yeah. We
not
all,
the American one,
most of
not
us
the
Southern
American.
Africans, Cambridge
So
educated. People don't
exactly, man.
understand that. Yeah.
Man. So yeah, yeah, and I mean, but I just got into it, bro. Like, also, I guess just being outspoken in the way that I am, I went with, we call it demos, like just demonstration teaching. So your interview is basically a demonstration teaching. You or three dudes show up, you each get 10 minutes with the kids. At the back of the kids like judges, so it's like an idol show you on, you are on the whiteboard, the kids are here, and then the principal of the school or whoever's there are sitting in the back of the class, and they give you like maybe there's two or four cards to teach, maybe apple to bird, whatever, or read this 5 sentences. And then they see how you react with the kids. So then you're sitting there and you do like a 10-minute class with these kids, You all go out and then they call your agent or they call you guys later and they're like, okay, man, you got the job. The other person got the job, So I would always get the job though, because I come in vibing with the kids, I'm like, I had this one warm-up exercise. It was almost like We Will Rock You, like
Yeah, Queen.
but I used to do it like a warm-up exercise. Like, remember, I never met these kids in my life before yet, right? I'm walking into this class, new audience, new kids you've never seen, And I used to do like a vibe like that, like a warm-up exercise like that, like We Will Rock You, but like, what's your name? Like clapping hands, and the kids would get into it, bro. And that would set me apart from the other teacher, the beautiful blue-eyed blonde hair.
Yeah.
But they would come in and be like all nervous, like, oh, what's your name? Like, what's this little guy's name? Like, how are you? But I come vibing like, everybody stand up, let's do this, Touch your head, touch your toes. Oh man, the schools would love it, bro. The schools loved it, man, because it's high energy, right?
I'm just picturing this colored guy from South Africa with a bunch of Asian kids there going, "Wee!"
Bro, jumping, man, jump. I send you the link to my teacher blog, bro. You check my teacher blog out. I won't plug it here. It's okay.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
You're
yeah,
getting
and
into
then
the culture there at this point, man.
bro, proper, man, proper. You have to, man. And that's the only way you I guess beat the culture shock, but also just climatize, bro. Like, we here, adapt, love, like get into it, because it's a great place, man. Like, I only have good things to say about Taiwan, besides the whole corona now. And like, yes, we're in a great place right now for it, but it taught me a lot to be humble too, man. Like, humble, bro. Like, coming from South Africa, coming from Africa, you're a lion. You must be a lion.
Yes.
It's the only way you can get ahead. Is be a lion, be hungry.
Yeah.
But then I came here. I'm like, nah, man. Like, there's a whole different vibe. Humble, but also you don't always need to chase the Joneses' life, or we call it now the Smiths or whatever. You don't have to chase that lifestyle. Always growing up in South Africa, you want a nice big house. Fro must have a nice car. You must have a nice car. Kids at a good school. You know what I mean? I came out here, met rich dudes. I'm talking about like own companies, rich dudes, and lived in humble apartments, man. Yes, they drove very nice cars. I must admit, but it wasn't about boasting about your house, and boasting about that lifestyle. Nah, bro, these people had multiple homes. Small homes, but multiple homes in different places. One near the coast, one in the mountains. So instead of spending all their money on this big one house, they had smaller houses in different places where you could go on holiday, and it was amazing.
Nice.
You know, it was
That's
amazing, bro.
interesting.
They would,
Different, yeah. Interesting how you see the
bro,
cultural differences, and you're like, oh,
man,
okay,
man,
you don't
man,
need
man.
to.
You know what I mean? Like, again, like I say, we get trapped in that in the Western world. In South Africa too, big time, bro. You get trapped in that, like, just
Yeah.
life pressures. You know, it's like
Do you
you have to
think?
show up. You know, so
Do you
yeah.
think it's something to do? Someone once mentioned this here. Do you think it's because, especially with Africans, money is a new concept for us? I'll tell you why. Me to come to Australia,
Yeah.
I was married. Well, I was in a relationship with
Yeah.
a Finnish woman,
Okay. Okay.
and her parents. The Finnish people are very quiet. They're not boasty people, and
Definitely not, bro.
so I did not know that they were okay. They were okay,
Yeah.
like financially and stuff like that,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
until literally maybe
The wedding.
2 days after I arrived here. Because the
Yeah.
day I arrived, they went to their apartment, and then they've come from Africa, and
Yeah.
I lived in London,
Yeah.
so I kind of know what's
You've
the
seen.
one.
You've seen. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I come here and I go to the apartment, and I'm looking around. I'm like, this apartment's all right. We
Yeah.
go downstairs to the garage, and there is Aston Martins and
Yo. Nice.
I'm looking
Nice. Bro.
around. I'm like, they're
Where
driving.
am I?
They're driving a Mercedes Benz, but not a flashy car.
Yeah. Of course. Of
You know,
course.
they
Yeah.
they're very simple. And I'm thinking to
Yeah.
myself, yeah, maybe everybody is just rich like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Knowing that, so that's when I started thinking about it. What is it
Yeah.
about us? Why do we have to boast? We got this insecurity about boasting about money. You know what I
That
mean?
is exactly, bro. That's
it's a
exactly what
weird
it is,
one.
man.
It's a weird one.
Always. That's the thing what they say about the black man and the color man. We're always celebrating. What's our weekend? Who's our Thursday? Ladies' night, Wednesday. Bro, everything is a celebration, But I also think it's because I use enslaved. We've been enslaved, but more mentally, like because we didn't have nice things.
Yeah.
We didn't have nice things,
Money's a new concept for us. Yeah.
So exactly. So now you have the money, even how little money, you feel entitled. I guess,
Yeah. Oh, you want to flash it out.
I want some of that happiness, It's still today. Why is the kid still wearing Jordans? Me, myself,
Yeah.
We're trapped. We're still enslaved. We're still enslaved by the brand, by that, because it makes us feel good, bro. You know what I mean? Like you have a nice car, it makes you feel good. Sneakers on, fresh sneakers on. It's like, wow, I feel potent. I feel powerful, But again, I said that I came here. I meet this dude, look normal, man. Like I don't want to throw labels on, but this dude's like, I thought he'd be wearing like whatever, Lacoste or Armani shirt or whatever. No, bro, it's like from the local stores here. Just normal shirt, jeans, whatever. Again, nice watch, small things, like detailed stuff, small, nice watch. Go to the parking lot. Again, as you said, nice big car, I'm like, okay, cool. Get to the house. House is regular. Nothing flashy and living above his means type of thing. But we're going to my house on the weekend. We're going. There's a yacht in the harbor.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna be doing that things, So, and that made me realize also it's how you also handle your money and stuff. You don't man. You're gonna get tied into a mortgage for how many years, Even it's like now, I also believe like university is all a trap, bro. Yes, you need that education.
Scary.
I believe that education is good, but it's also just a trap, so they can have you there and you can be paying off to two government institutes for how long, So you always had the disability to achieve. You get out of university, you still have 100K debt.
Yeah.
Like then you finish your 100K debt. Hello, buy a house. Yeah, we have another 200K debt for you. You always trapped in that. So it's like it's hard, man. It's hard to break from those chains.
I really do think sometimes education is way overrated in this day and age. And
I do too.
The reason why I say this is I remember being back in Malawi, and one of my friends who used to work at the bank had a guy. He used to work for Standard Bank, actually.
Yeah.
And one of the guys from Standard Bank came there from South Africa, and he was having one of those seminars, those workshops. And
yeah. Nice.
He asked all the branch managers there a question. He says, I want you guys to think of the top 10 millionaires here in this country, Malawi at the time.
Yeah.
And he says, how many of them are professors? You know,
True.
So how many professors do you know that are multimillionaires? And nobody could think of. Okay, so on the opposite end, how many of those millionaires in that top 10 are not educated, are not from an educated background?
Exactly.
All
some
of
just
them.
have high school, bro. You know,
Most of them, you know. So it's not
some just have
not a
high school,
requisite
man.
for success. You know, it's not.
It's not, man. I just think you have to be driven. I think a lot of luck plays on it too. I won't lie. Like I've been lucky a lot in business and stuff, you know. But it's also luck and the drive within you. Like obviously you can't take this dude that's not. Again, I take it back to school, where if you like the subject, you'll excel. If you hate the subject, you don't. You know. Same in life. You can't just like, oh, I want to sell earphones now, but you don't have a clue of earphones or cell phones or whatever. You just want to jump on the bandwagon because you think you can sell this stuff. Those people definitely fail. You know, those people definitely fail. You know,
that grass looks greener from the other side all the time, man.
Right? Exactly.
You know how many? Since I've started this podcast, you know how many of people that I know, and some of them are genuine, but some of them just haven't got a clue as well. They're coming up to me. They want to start a podcast as well. And I'm like, no problem. You need this.
Exactly, bro.
I got one person that told me, can you set it up for me? I'm like, dude, I'm doing.
Bro, I've done everything for you already, bro.
You're lucky. I'm giving you the channels. You know what I mean?
Right? Exactly,
I must set it up
man.
for you. You know?
Yeah.
Nah, man. You have to hustle.
I'm still the same,
bro.
I'm still the same, man. Even now. I mean, I don't like to boast too much, you know. But I mean, the restaurant's okay. Everything is vibing, is good, you know. But I'm still the same. I still help. I have young brethren coming up now too, trying to do their own little businesses, you know. I use my shop as a platform for them. I'm like, you can go on our Facebook page there. We just recently had another brother, Lucas. He's an Italian trained pizza chef. He used to work at our shop too and be our pizza connoisseur dude, you know. But he's branched out and started his own place. But we still launch his place at mine. Like we still have events for him there to promote more business for him, you know. So I still believe in helping dudes coming up, you know. But when they're like that, when they overstep, as you said, the dude was like, can you set it up for me and just give me the link? Like, no, bro, like, come on. We all did our hard work, you know. Like there still has to come some hard work out of this, you know. So I think like end of the day, yes, help them out, but also you have to draw the line, you know. You have to draw the line. So yeah, man.
Giving us a quick like summarized version. So how do you go from teaching to opening an African bar in bloody Taiwan?
It was called Mama Africa before.
Is it?
Yeah,
man,
I want vibes, bro. Vibes, man. So just cut ahead. My wife eventually comes to Taiwan. So my wife and I, just side story again, my wife and I have been together since high school. So the relationship is wild, you know, it's wild. So I came out here, ventured out first, set us up, get her to come out, you know. She comes over. Taiwan has, you get your ARC, Alien Resident Certificate. That's the first one you get for teaching, working, for get your health card, all that stuff, right? Once after, back then it was 5 years. After 5 years of consecutive working, teaching, because that was the only, I call it the gateway, the gateway drug, the gateway to Taiwan, which is teaching, you know, the gateway occupation at that time, 17 years ago. Start teaching. If you teach for 5 years straight, you can apply for, the first one's called Alien Resident Certificate. The second one's called an APRC, a Permanent Resident Alien Certificate, you know, which this allows you now to open up a business. Okay. You could even, the only thing you couldn't do at that time was, and you still can't, is vote. And back then you couldn't give blood as a foreigner, you know. But if I had enough capital, I could open up a business. I could even go work, if my Chinese was good enough then, I could even go work at McDonald's or the 7-Elevens here. Or
how is your Chinese, by the way?
It's not bad. It's not bad. I still say it's not. It should be better for all the time that for all the time that I've been here.
You can communicate nicely. You can chat to people.
Most people do like your normal daily life type stuff, going to go buy stuff or like interacting with normal people, you know. Yeah. So anyway, so I get that APRC. Me and my fro, we get that APRC. So all this while we've been having Canadian friends over, American. Dude, it's a good mission, man. I even got Irish dude, good Irish dudes. Everybody from everywhere, you know. They come into the house and they just chowing this lovely South African food his wife is making, bro. Look at the best.
Look at the chowing.
Bro, we brine on weekends. The people just don't understand how is
Sorry,
this
mate.
food so amazing,
I need
bro.
to explain this to my Australian. You know
All
the
the
story.
brine.
You know the artists. People out there, braai means barbecue. That's the correct way.
Yeah. You gotta brine, bro.
We
you
don't
know?
barbecue. Yeah,
You
come
don't
on.
barbecue,
The
man.
gas cylinders and
They
shit
say,
like that.
they say barbecue is indoors, braai is outdoor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, wow.
So you doing any
so they chowing.
poikies? Any poikies there?
Oh,
or-
dude, got big pots, bro. Massive pots. I got a wood fire oven now at the new place. A wood fire oven, boss. Look here. Oh, we're going insane, man. Insane. Yeah, and so I get my APRC. Now we can open up businesses. You don't need an Asian backer or co-signer. In essence, you know, you can do whatever you like. Anyway, before we open up the first restaurant, I dabbled in a little bit of export import. You know, just test the market, see what I can do. Send stuff from Taiwan to South Africa. Send stuff from South Africa here.
Hustling.
Bro, yeah, exactly. Just seeing now, because now I've done the teaching thing for up to 5 years now already. Now this new opportunity has arose where I can start a business, you know, start dabbling in that. Another mate of mine came from South Africa, but he was working in the States. He came over here to me and him start dabbling with like a little clothing line, a little bit of hobbies, you know, heavy into hip hop, streetwear. My 6th, 7th year, because again, we here in the proper market, bro. I'm going to textile factories here. The printing is off the charts. I'm talking about like anything I design. The
access,
printing,
yeah.
dude, it's right here. Again, use what you have to your availability, and you know it's right here. I start sourcing that type of stuff. We start doing that. We do. The clothing company is called What's Up Africa.
So the Taiwan market, they okay with that kind of like.
They okay because again, as I say, lucky and the time, bro. Hip hop is kicking off in Taiwan. There's lighties in the street, b-boying and spinning. There's little Taiwanese kids rapping. Bro, it's kicking off. And two African bros making street urban wear. How legit of a credential is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I tap into my boys back home, like proper graffiti artists back home, proper street photography dudes back home. They taking pictures of boys like hip hopping back home. We slapping that on shirts. We slapping that on hoodies.
Wow.
They taking pictures of the graffiti scene in Cape Town, Woodstock. Like, dude, choice stuff we had, man. Sending me all the gear. We sending me all the stock photos and stuff. We're talking with designers here. So I'm not sitting down and stitching clothing. I'm not sitting down and like sitting down and designing. We're sitting down with my team. I'm telling them how I want the thing. Me and my bro Lincoln. I'm telling them how I want the thing to look. I'm telling them the colors we want. They all designing it there, and then we're sending it off to factories in China, Taiwan, printing, sending this stuff out. As we wanted to do it before, it's like the good old Herbalife, or what's the Tupperware one? Where you first one auntie sell to another auntie, sell to another auntie. Yeah. We do it like that, bro. We employing people in our hood now, in Cape Town, Port Elizabeth. Your brethren want to sell clothes, we're sending him clothes on consignment. So now we're creating jobs for our boys back home, not in stores or anything like that, sending it to all our boys back home, you know. Because we felt like if you get the masses going, you know, it's always like that. There comes out a new, I don't know, not a new, people are wearing a new hat. Then a million people start wearing that hat because that's like the local hat to wear, or like a slipper or something like that, you know. It's always in the culture, like when people start wearing the new Adidas or something like that. Yeah. Eventually everybody wants that Adidas like that,
what's
right?
trending. That's what's trending, yeah.
But we wanted to start with the masses because that's what we believed at that time was like people see streetwear, you see it on the street first, and the thing grew, bro. It grew very well, I must say. The first 2 years, because again, so now here we're winning in Taiwan because two African bros making clothes in Taiwan. You know what I mean? We real Africans. Yeah. We South Africans. It legitimized. We on the hip hop scene here. My bro even dwells more into like the BMX scene and like crazy scene. Like again, like I say, now we 14 years ago, you know. But back home, we also winning because all our boys back home are loving it because they like, yo, our boys are in Taiwan. Look at this gear they sending. The colors are popping. The gear's vibing. It's just, it's crazy. The prints are dope, So we're winning both sides, bro. It just grew and grew and grew. And then obviously, the roller coaster, the dip must come,
Yeah.
The dip comes. A few of the boys, just again, monetary stuff, bro. Like people are really getting a hard time in South Africa financially, we're not getting paid back for stock. The boys is like, oh, my mother, this, my father, brother, this happened to my brother. What are we going to say, bro? But there comes our fault now again, because we haven't gone legitimately through stores.
Consignment as well.
And also we're trying to help our mates out. So now when he's giving me this tear jerk about his brother lost his job or something, how am I going to tell this bro in his face, like, you cannot use that money, Obviously, I'm like, okay, man, go ahead. This is all we wanted to do here is help people out and create a brand that, like, lives off the hood, I guess, like that. And yeah, man, so lost a lot of money in that, man. Lost a lot of money eventually. But I became bored of it because we started having these troubles, We had the one, I should have taken it, man. This one girl that we know in South Africa, she buys for like Mr. Price and places like that. Mr. Price and what was the big one? Ackermans or something back then. And they wanted to pick up the brand, bro. And we were just in talks with her about this. But like, I don't want to shun on her if ever she hears this, but anyway, they wanted so little, bro, for per item. And we were so naive and so new in the business that we didn't know this is actually how it goes, bro, Like, they're rather buying this little bit, but for bulk. They're buying 40 containers of these things. So eventually you do make your money, but right there, being such an indie brand, just starting out, we didn't see it. We were like laughing at it. We were like, what the hell? What do you mean you're charging us like 5 cents for a t-shirt, This stuff's retailing like 100 rand or whatever,
Wow.
We actually felt insulted, bro, Meanwhile, us stupid and being so naive, 2 years in the game, we lose that big opportunity where we could have just told her, just take everything, and we'd have probably still be living off that stuff,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So yeah, man. So
but lesson learned.
Yeah.
100%. Lesson learned.
No, 100%. We eventually just venture off into other stuff again because then, there was a whole big, just like all the copies in Taiwan, not in Taiwan, in China, all the fake stuff is flooding the market in South Africa. So people are rather buying fake Gucci shirts versus our indie brand. Here you see an indie t-shirt, 2 dudes making their shirts versus like, I could wear a fake Gucci shirt or I could wear a fake Versace shirt. So our brand just started diminishing because people started buying those type of things, So we were just like, you know what, man? I told my dude, I'm like, bro, we can keep going on with this, but look at all these things now, all those things happening. So eventually we just stopped doing that. He started doing some more import, export of sneakers and some stuff like that. And people pressuring us here in Taiwan to open up a restaurant. And I was like, dude, it's good for you to say just open up a restaurant. Hey, man, you open up a restaurant, you open up a restaurant.
I've been to your house before. Your food is great.
yeah, exactly. Like, I hate people like that, Anyway, I told my wife, I said, hey, let's just tackle this now. Let's see. Eventually, we decide to, maybe it's good, man. Let's give it a go. Teaching is great, but there's also a time lapse on that, like we can't be teachers forever, and we have to look at that time also, unless you have your own pension fund. There was no real government pension fund or something for expats teaching here, So we kind of had no pension scheme fund going on at that time, just our own private stuff, obviously, with whatever insurance company and stuff, So we're like, yeah, let's try this out. Tried it out, got like a small place at first on like a little strip mall, nothing big, was purely just for takeout and and just to push halal food, because another reason why we did our style of food is there was halal food here, but everything was curry, bro. I love curry, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Every place that sold halal food was curry, bro. Yes, man. Like, I mean, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I just want a halal burger or just like a Nando's like chicken and chips type thing, But there's no halal places like that anywhere on the island. Nowhere. No way. This is the time when we came here. There's halal places, but they only sell curry.
Yeah.
Every place, and it's good curry. Don't get me wrong, it's great
Yeah,
curry.
yeah. But you get enough of it. Yeah.
I get that at home. My frozen curry is the best I've eaten. You know? So we decide we're gonna do African food, but we're gonna do like that, like almost like South African takeout food, like Gatsby's and chicken burgers and like lekker stuff, man, like samosas and like more like not junk food, but more like takeout food, right? So yeah, because that's the stuff I want to eat. I'm done eating just curries here for the last 5 years. You know?
So,
bro, we open it up.
Yeah.
We open it up, man. Joking about the curry, our roti was the #1 seller to this day.
What?
Because
no,
again, it's
at
curry,
the time of you opening, there's no other African place. Is that what we say?
Anywhere in the island.
Nothing.
Anywhere in the island.
You guys are the one and
Nothing.
only. Yeah.
One and only, bro. One and only. And we're a small place, man. Like I said, it's like a little strip mall on the road, bro. Little joint. Not even a lot of seating inside, you know. It's more push the takeout vibe. Because we also don't want to invest too much because we also want to test it out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? We like, let's not just go all crazy and open up a big Spur type restaurant type or whatever, like a big restaurant franchise like that. No, we also got to test this market.
Yeah.
How's Taiwanese going to feel about chowing South African food? And like, do they even know, like, you know? So anyway, bro, we open it up. We're a hit with foreigners because we already have a vibe here. All the English teachers know us. It's not a tight community, but it's a small enough community. You see someone walk by, you kind of know that person. This is, again, before Facebook era. You kind of know that person anyway. Dude, it just kicked off, bro. Friday nights is roti night, like the roti wrap roti like that.
Yeah.
Other places are selling curries and naan, but no one's wrapping it, you know? Bro, we do the straight African roti. Bro, they loved it, man. Look at
killing it. You didn't do bunny chow.
Of course, bro. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man? The baker,
Nice.
the baker couldn't understand. I go to the bakery. I have a bakery, you know, that does all my stuff and whatever.
Don't slice the bread.
He's like, no, because no. I went to him and someone told him to cut it in quarters already, you know. He's like, no, what you doing to the bread? What you doing to the bread? We had to make him one and take it to him so he could see it, you know.
Nice.
So yeah, man, it was hilarious. Eventually, now actually they have I was gonna laugh. Now they have a Taiwan style. It's not a bunny chow. They call it coffin bread because it looks like a coffin because the contents is in. So they call it coffin bread, but they put ice cream in it, bro.
What?
And nuts. It's like a dessert bread.
Hey, I don't know about that one.
So I don't take no influence from bringing the bunny chow to Taiwan. Than that now it's a coffin bread, bro. No.
Yeah. It literally it died.
Yeah. Done. Funny, man. Anyway, yeah, and so successful, man. It was good. The Muslim people from the mosque came. We had Indonesian people come. Again, strictly halal vibes. Just good. Sending all the positive vibes out, you know. Eventually, again, I said it's a strip mall, right? I'm so popular, bro. My neighbors are doing the exact same thing we're doing, like putting awnings outside. We're putting pot plants outside, benches, wooden benches, you know, creating a vibe, bro.
Yeah, pioneering.
I was gonna say it's like how the Shabeens look outside with like the benches and stuff. But it's a vibe, bro.
Yeah.
The whole road is buzzing, you know.
Bringing Africa with
you. Bro, they're so happy with us because again, they love my fro, bro. She's such a wonderful personality, you know. Again, like me, but a female, you know. So they're loving her, bro. The whole neighborhood is chatty. It's good vibes, you know. The original owner of the strip mall is moving to Australia because his daughter's going to university in Australia. So he's moving with his daughter, family there, you know, to be with his daughter. Blah blah blah. Anyway. One of the other shop owners becomes the new landlord or the acting landlord for this guy now, right? Bro, this dude just goes straight, I hate the term, but goes straight Nazi, bro. This dude goes straight Nazi, man. He's like, just stupid stuff. The pot plants need to be taken in at night, or the benches, you need to put your bench in front of your store. Or like, I'm like, bro, like you were cool all this time when you weren't the acting landlord. Now you're the landlord. Now it's like all this vibe. So the whole area just becomes like, you know, like if you have one bad, it just creates a
kill
whole
the vibe.
vibe for everybody. It's not good, man. Not good.
People don't understand the value of that. People
They
just do
don't,
not
man.
understand.
They don't, bro.
When you say that vibe, when you get basically
man,
capitalize on it, you know what I mean? And if people don't understand that concept,
bro, and it was so good. It was so good because the only foreign restaurant amongst these Taiwanese. So now obviously all these foreigners are coming to our store, but they're spilling over to the other stores too, because they're like, oh, this auntie's selling this cookie, or like, again, we never sold beer at that time, strictly halal. So our neighbors were selling beer. So the dudes are getting a beer next door and chowing our food here. It's like a little food court, man. Oh man, it was so beautiful, bro. So beautiful. Eventually this dude just becomes such a bad dude, man. Like, I think he eventually raised the rent. They raised the rent, bro. So my wife didn't have it. She's like, yo, I can take a lot. Like the plants will move in, but like, don't come mess now with like, what do you mean you raise the rent? And also there's no contact to the old landlord, Mr. Chen, because he doesn't use his Taiwan number anymore. And that was the only number we had. So we can only talk to this guy, the new Mr. Chen. We can only talk to him about any problems we have. Eventually we just said, my bro said, look, let's just get a new place. Look for a whole new place. Again, this was a strip mall, tiny little spot. Let's get a bigger spot.
And at this point, you've tested the market. You know what the vibe is like.
Popular, bro.
You're thinking, popular. Okay, let's just grow it.
Yeah.
Let's just take that risk and grow it further.
Very exciting times, bro. Very exciting times. We had all the capital. We could branch out now. Excited. We started looking for new places. Oh, it's the new phase again. Look for new places all around. Found a few spots. Found it was good. It was good. Eventually, we find the place we like. We got there. It was weird though. Again, I guess it wasn't a racist thing or anything. But then we settled on this place with the agent. Went back. The landlord showed up. He doesn't want to be renting to foreigners. I'm like, what? Like, bro, cold hard cash. There you go, man. What do you mean? And foreigners, we're paying like 2 months deposit, and we're giving you whatever X amount you wanted, you know, and the agent's already settled it. We're here to sign the papers, basically. You know, I have my movers coming with our equipment and stuff, and like, what are you talking about, you know? The man's like, no.
Do you think if you were one of those the blue-eyed blonde ones doing foreigner, you would have
maybe, but I think this is just a foreigner in general rule. Okay. This was just a no foreign in general, because some foreigners they're not good guys. Some do have a bad rap here, you know what I mean? Because the way they deal with some situations.
They don't deal with the culture and stuff like that.
Yeah, and also that's it. My wife was so off. She was just like, nah, man, she don't want to. Like, how? This is going to be our landlord again, and this is the dude telling us off the bat, like, no foreigners, you know?
Out of the fry pan into the fire kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly, man. And then we had to move out of our old place because we didn't find a new place yet. So it was a problem we're going to put the equipment of the old place before we find a new place. In this intro, my wife hit me with a bomb too, was like, you know what? I actually maybe want to be a mommy now. She said, let's have a hard conversation about parenting. Oh man,
pressure is on.
She's like, we're not getting any younger. Now's the time, you know. To be fair, we've been together since high school, you know.
Of course,
so we kind of been married. This is actually, we kind of been married already, and like, you know, and dating for all this time now. So I guess in the love or marriage realm, I guess that's the next evolution, right? Like you date, you married. Now is the next talk about kids and stuff, you know. And that throws spanner in my like entrepreneurial brain, because she's Mama Africa, she's the head chef, she's the boss, she's everything, you know. Without her, Mama Africa doesn't exist, you know. Like, I'm already spinning Papa Africa in my head. I'm like, okay, Papa Africa, we'll do barbecue chicken. Me and her sit down. We plan a plan for our child. You know, handsome little dude now, Sharieff, amazing kid. Like, oh wow. We eventually set the path for that. You know, so now the restaurant itself has taken a back burner. You know, but again, like I say, bro, not a big loss, not a big hurt. Like, this woman is my everything. Like, this family and stuff, that's more important to me than monetary stuff. 100%. You know, it was a hobby anyway. you know, a successful hobby added too. So,
Yeah. And
you
as you
know,
said, testing the market, you know.
yeah, bro. Yeah,
So
exactly.
wait, at
We
this time,
settled down.
what,
Yeah.
what's happening in the background? Have you got other things moving, hustling, other
Mm,
things, or
just some products like I'm just exporting little stuff, you know, like
nice,
exporting little stuff, berries from South Africa, sauces, some spices I'm sending to dudes in China, you know.
nice?
I hooked up the fisheries. They're sending some fish to Japan, like little stuff, nothing major, you know. So it's not like a major, a big loss for us, you know.
Yeah.
It's just we're focusing on other things now. And anyway, we have the fat conversation. It's settled. We're doing this baby making thing, you know. That's gonna kick off, you know. We focus on that. We focus on that. In the interim, again, being a business owner, restaurant owner, you know other restaurant owners, you know other dudes out there. My other dude, he has started like this is again before Uber Eats and all that. He started like a sandwich delivery, similar to Subway sandwiches, similar to that, but there's none like that here in the market there. There's one or two restaurants that does like Western sandwiches, but you have to go there. His whole niche market was he would deliver to foreign teachers, deliver to expats. So you get like a steak sandwich or a chicken sandwich or like a nice pastrami sandwich delivered to your school, wherever you teach. And as a foreigner, again, 14 years, whatever, how long ago, there was nothing like that here, you know, unless you go to the likes of Subway or stuff like that. And then he was going to move into a real location because he was just doing it from home at that time, like a Uber Eats home delivery sandwiches. And me and him had a discussion. Me and him and another friend had another discussion. And he was like, bro, from the skill you have from Mama Africa, from us building up this business now, let's just join up. They just join up, you know. I was contesting the whole I want to keep the Mama Africa name and stuff. But again, without my wife, Mama Africa doesn't exist,
Didn't
right?
feel, yeah.
So, yeah, of course. So I link up with my bro, Henry and Sky, and they have their business called Legends already, you know. And that's why in the logo you see it's like a bicycle, a motorcycle wheel, because they were delivering on their motorcycle sandwiches to all these different expats. So maybe one school have 4 or 5 foreign teachers from wherever, South Africa, blah, 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 and they order sandwiches. So they deliver to your school, your lunch, here's your sandwiches. It was great, bro. Good market, good system. But they were also ready to move to brick and mortar now, you know? And I'm also ready because I've had like a 6 months or 7 months not having Mama Africa, you know? We had a good meeting, blah, 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 set everything down, set the contracts down, set everything down. And then boom, man, we went into business together, and that was the start of Legends. That's how I got on board in Legends. That's how we started with Legends, you know?
So
yeah, man.
when you went into the picture, that's when it became the bar now.
Like a brick and mortar, type situation.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So, and how long ago was this?
5 years, maybe 5 or 6 years. Because we've had other plans with it too. My main plan, what I always wanted to do, was a central kitchen idea, where we have one base place where we make all the sauces, all the ingredients, the burgers, whatever, marinate the stuff, and then we have different smaller locations where we send the food to. So they're just cooking the food up. They're not prepping nothing at those smaller locations, you know. And at first we were trying to do it, you know, but oh man, it was a pain, bro, because then we were at 3 or 4 different locations.
Logistical
and
nightmare.
It was just it was, because then, like, you don't, in theory all this sounds amazing, you know, but then when that actual place has its own problems, you know, like whatever delivery problems or refrigeration problems, or because now what we found out too, a lot of bars, a lot of places here that sell alcohol don't actually have kitchens, or they don't sell food. They sell like just fried food, like for bartending, like you're drinking, you have like fries and a little chicken wings or whatever, but they weren't doing real food, like a good hamburger or a steak or that. And that was a niche market that we saw. And dude, man, like so many places, you don't understand.
I think that's also bringing the African flavor. African bars always got good food.
You're drinking
a good African
bar.
It's
a whole night affair,
food.
You know, it's a whole night affair. And here they call it like Western bars and stuff, you know. So we found a niche market in that, and then we started cooperating with all these different bars. So it would be like Legends at this one place, Art House, or Legends at Isaac. So it's our kitchen at this bar, or our kitchen at whatever, you know, Legends at Mama Africa, for example, like just whatever. So it would be like that, you know. And it was good, man. But again, like you say, logistical nightmare. But now we're also dealing with different bar owners. We have our own vibe. Now we come in with these guys. They have their own attitude and their own like again. Most of them worked out well at the beginning, as always. You know, they're getting the food, they're getting great food, and we coming with great followership. This is even before the 21 million followers on Instagram, and like I got this on TikTok. This is before that, bro. You know, we have people like legit. We open up, there's a night market, we open up a store there. They come there to eat our food, you know. They come to those events to eat our food. So we already had a following. So now we bring our following to all these different type of bars, right? Eventually we just settled on, you know what? Let's first build our own flagship show, have our own flagship, and then we go back to the central kitchen idea. So we scrapped all these working with other people and blah, blah, blah. We just focus now on our own restaurant, the one we have now in Kaohsiung Zoying. Own our own restaurant, build it up to where it's super, start doing the central kitchen again, and start marketing ourselves in other little bars, or just start franchising, bro. That's the big dream, franchising out, you know what I mean? So I think, yeah, we're on a good path now. At the new location, our own store, the big one right now, it's 2 years we've been there. We're just going on our 3rd year coming up now. So yeah, man. Good vibes.
Starting out bars and stuff in like Taiwan and those kind of like Asian countries. I mean, are the laws and the restrictions, are they a bit more difficult than they are in other places?
They are and they ain't. Number one, you need that APRC I told you about. Remember the APRC?
Yeah.
That
visa,
bro opens up everything, because now they see you want to be a permanent resident here. You want to do more than just work here. You want to give back and like, you know, invest, you know. And then the second big thing is just capital, bro. You just have to have capital. Once you have that APRC, you know, which is a permanent residency to do most things, which allow you to apply to normal agencies. So they just see the paperwork. They're not seeing, oh, it's a foreign or whatever. They just see all the paperwork's in order. The money's there to back it. Boom, bro. License, you're open, you know, you're open. So yeah. And like the alcohol thing also, again, I was a Muslim, I'm still Muslim, which is beautiful because Henry is Christian or whatever. But on the legality side, it's legit just ticking a few boxes off in your application form for your business license to say whether or not you. Taiwan is big drinkers, man, like everywhere. Like you mentioned earlier, like how Africans drink and eat. They have spots like this that is purely for eating, but they have huge fridges of beers and stuff where they just drinking and eating and sitting and drinking and eating, you know. So yeah, man. So
and this again, you pioneering something new here. There's no
exactly.
This is the first African themed bar in Taiwan,
So,
the whole of Taiwan?
Yeah. There are more now. There's
were you the first?
Because yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because I hate saying white. There are other white South African bars that have opened up now too. You know what I mean? Like so I'm a colored dude opening up a bar, but yeah, there are other bars that have opened up now. You know, actually breweries too. There's some South African dudes that are making beer here now too. Wow. Made in Taiwan, bro. Yeah.
Wow, you guys are opening up that market.
Bro. And like I say, after this again now, don't forget it's like a 15-year span. We're talking about how things have built up, right? So now there's dudes making boerewors here, biltong. There's like South African style butchery type dudes selling stuff, still online, still selling out to you, you know, but from their homes and stuff. But all that types of markets, bro. We're actually having in October at the store, Eswatini, there's a sauce company, and another friend of ours is being the ambassador here in Taiwan, and we're going to launch their sauce. It's kind of like peri-peri sauces like that, but it's their own brand, their own sauces, and we're going to be launching them in October. We have an event for them to launch their sauces and stuff. So, so that'll be good, man. Yeah, bro. We help everybody, bro. So, yeah,
wow,
man. So, yeah, man, that's the journey.
Wow.
That's where we are right now, you know, so
yeah, no, you can see, but it's just one of those amazing journeys where you have to take risks. You in this Asian country, you know, you just going for it.
Bro.
You know, you just have to. You
have to,
man.
You have to. And I mean, we're not done yet. We have a few stuff in the works, but Corona put that on hold, you know.
Just about to
Corona,
ask about that actually.
Corona put that on hold, you know. So
Taiwan,
yeah,
although look, I've been trying to avoid the Corona conversation.
I know.
Because it's just too much outside. But
exactly, and there's already so much of it going on. Like you see it everywhere. So you know,
100%. But you got a bar, you in Taiwan, and the bar did not close this whole Corona.
No lockdown. No lockdown. We adhere to social distancing. People have to wear a mask when they come to the store. Before, we were taking your record, your name, your number, your ID number, right at the door, take your temperature, this is way before, I'm talking about this in like March, I think already, or whatever. Okay. It started like that. But Taiwan, in a bad way, Taiwan already dealt with SARS many years ago. So they already know how to deal with a epidemic like this already. They know how to deal with it. So people that came in, that flew in, were all tracked. They track you.
Yeah,
so
it's not quite successful.
Dude, pretty much only 400 cases, I think only 7 deaths. We don't even check the stats anymore. We didn't close nothing. Business as usual, bro. Like we did social distancing in the store. Yeah, like a 4-person table would only take 2 people, so we had spaces in between like that, you know. But on a bigger scale, nah, man, it was like business as usual, bro. Like we had some Corona parties. People were wearing their masks though, you know. We were jamming out. There were no local cases. Like, what you gonna do, right? You can't say no to like that, you know. Which has helped my business. I think if it did close or something like that, yes. I mean, what would the landlord? I'm still paying rent, right? What would the landlord say? Would I pay rent? And my staff's not getting paid. They like young kids too, you know. Like I have to look after everybody. So
they tried here when the numbers in the beginning when they went down, because we had a second wave.
Yeah, I remember them saying, we won.
We thought we were celebrating. We were opening up. Yeah. Me and my missus, we went out of town. We had a nice weekend. The cafes were opened and stuff like that. And lucky we did that. So
because if you stayed and came in contact with more people, probably would have been like worse. So.
And not only that, we were lucky that we actually got to, because now back into this lockdown. Because the lockdown after that was more strenuous, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
But not only that, when you know, before that happened, before the stage 4, and when things were opening up, they had done this thing where they were like 20 people allowed into a place.
Okay, yeah.
Now I do signage. That's my job. So I got one of my clients who's got this massive bar in St. Kilda, and I do for him like this all the signage and stuff like that. But there's a massive. This guy bought this bar and he literally got the keys in February.
Oh, geez, shame, poor guy.
So you know, and so when they opened up, they tried the 20 people, but he says, look, the problem with the 20 people, like,
I'm not enough.
I'm a chef. You know, the people that I have here, that is just not enough to pay just the staff.
It doesn't, man. It doesn't. You need more than that.
Yeah,
exactly.
And people need to be comfortable drinking, because you make money on the alcohol side.
Of course.
And if
pretty much that's the margins, man.
You know, you don't make money from the food side. Let's be dead. No. That is what adds to the service. So people are just going there and then uncomfortable drinking. You know, that's where the problem is.
Mask on, mask off. It's like what?
It doesn't work.
I know, man. So, I know. It takes a lot to get used to. Yeah, no, but again, it was better for us, you know. But like I also said, Taiwan, they've been wearing masks like before Corona, like even for SARS too, before SARS, because of the pollution. So people wear masks. Even today, we drive scooters or motorcycles, you know, and you're out in the elements, so you wear a mask anyway, just for breathing in like road traffic pollution or whatever. So people wear that anyway, you know. So it's like it's big on that too. So people wearing masks already. So it wasn't such a big thing like what we see in the States. Like, I'm not wearing my mask. Like, no, bro, just wear your mask. Like, it saves lives, you know. It also helps you with pollution and like, you know.
Yeah, that's the Trump side of things going crazy there.
Man.
Look, we've gone way over an hour as well.
No, we should cut it out too. I actually have a meeting later. But, you know, I have a meeting later with my staff. Yeah.
Before you go, I just want to touch on 2 things. Number 1.
Sure, bro.
Africans coming into Taiwan and stuff like that. So how difficult
Yeah.
is it for them to get like visas, and if they wanted to move to Taiwan and start a life there?
Remember when I said earlier, the gateway drug, the gateway occupation is teaching, because you can teach from you can be a teacher from any country that's English is the first language, and you held a BA degree of any sort. So you have to have those two. If you have those two, it will be pretty much easy for you to get into the country and get a job and all that. But there are people now, as the years has gone by, that get entertainment type jobs, like Malawian rapper, a Malawian chef, for example, you know what I mean? But also people that come to invest. If you coming with tons of money already, you can get a business APRC off the bat. They're like, oh, this guy's coming to come open up 2 restaurants here. He's got the backing. He's going to employ Taiwanese people or a company like that. And the other big one is engineers. They always have engineers from other countries coming here to intern and help them with their whatever, whatever. But in any field, if you are, and there's a job opportunity for you here, that's how you get into the country. Wow. So yeah, and then eventually, once you get your APRC, that's when you can do your own thing. So yeah, nice. That's the way to do it.
And my second, and my last question, I should put it that way. What do you miss about home?
Always family, bro. Now that we have a 3-year-old, we have a 3-year-old. We have loads of friends, of course. They're our family now, but we don't have that family connect. Like, I can't take him to his Oma or go sit by his auntie, and I miss that, coming from a biggish family where it was, we go and sleepovers in the living room, everybody laying in the living room, waking up watching cartoons and eating cereal all day, and I want that for him, so. Most importantly, I miss that, South Africa's in a kind of serious state right now, so I don't miss that part of it being on edge, because like I said, Taiwan kind of desensitizes you, because there's no real, just stupid crime, people are running and grabbing your cell phone or grabbing you know what I mean? There's hijacking and stuff. There's nothing like that. So that kind of, when we go back home, we got to be alert again. And it's weird, man, going back home, you're like, I'm back home, but now I have to be worried about someone grabbing my kid or grabbing my wife's handbag. Man, so Taiwan has none of that, because that crime, there is crime, but not that type of crime, because people are not doing that for the poverty's sake and trying to get away, So yeah, so I miss family, man. Family is big. Not the food, because my wife's an excellent chef and she's taught me a lot now. So and we stock up on South African products, So,
nice. No, but Sharieff, man, I think it's been very, very interesting.
Bro, man. And, man.
I hope some people will get some inspirations to try out these Asian countries from Africa,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, dude, if a colored boy from P can do it.
Yeah, man.
The world is your oyster, man.
And I hope there's a lot of other Africans out there as well.
Good, man. Good boys are now Ghanaians, good dudes from everywhere, because they come as students too. So yeah, there's a good connection, man. Nice. I have to run too, man. Again, brother.
Thank you for being on here.
Good talking to you, man. You're a good dude to talk to, man.
Thanks, Chief. Take it easy, man.
All right, man. Cheers. Take
Cheers,
care, bro. Peace. All right.
Peace.